So tonight, I'd like to discuss about making plans or laying plans and making decisions. So we have just read the two verses that talks about that topic. And let me give you an introduction. When the Lord created man, one of the best faculty that He gave us is the faculty of the brain to be able, and the Lord wants us to use the brain to be able to think, to make plans, to make decisions, to write, to use it for our personal, for personal use in solving problems and many different things. So binigay niya yon together with the will, our freedom to make plans. Okay? So in this topic, laying plans and making decisions, I prepared only three things. Tatlo lang po. And talks about these plans and making decisions. Point one, let me give you the point one. The first point that I want to give is man makes plans but gives the outcome. Right? So in Proverbs 16:1, 16:1, in the Proverbs 16:1, now the Lord gives us the freedom to create, to make plans for ourselves. Okay? So let's say, for example, in a particular office scenario, no, when we say plan, say for example, you are in a sales company, no, your manager will take you to a meeting, no, and pag-usapan nyo to create a plan on how to increase your sales, for example, no. So in that moment, no, all of the people there, no, contribute to the plans. They gave their opinions, their procedures, their talents in order to build and develop the plan. So meron tinatawag na brainstorming. Okay? So all of them are contributing. So in other words, the plans always starts in the heart of a man. But until you have completed all your plans, until you have executed all the steps, all the things that you have put it into action, put it into writings, all your plans, hindi mo malalaman if you will succeed or not. Di ba? Hindi mo malalaman eh. But good planning requires the participation of the Lord. Okay? Good planning seeks God's desires and leading. We can ask God for guidance. And while you're planning, we can trust God. Okay? So this verse tells us that the planning starts with the man and the final outcome comes from the Lord. Okay. And number two, the Lord examines our plans and our decisions. Okay. In verse 2 of Proverbs 16, it says, all the ways of man are clean in his own eyes, but the Lord weighed the spirits. Now, okay. Marami sa atin, laging lahat ng tao, pag kinausap mo, pag nagbigay yan ng opinion, when they cite their opinion, when they cite their point of view, they always say, tama yan. Walang magsasabi, mali yung sinabi ko, no? Especially if you are in a sort of an argument or in a deliberation, no, you're trying to give you a point of view, siya magbibigay ng point of view, wala magsasabi na yung sinasabi niya ay mali. No? You always think his plan is correct. No? Ganyan yung tao. Laging pakiramdam niya, mahusay siya, superior siya, magaling siya. But the problem there is we do not know. No? We do not know if our plans, if our decisions will succeed or not. Okay? But the Lord weighs our opinions, weighs our hearts, weighs our intentions, weighs our desires, no? Our plans. Nakikita niya. Let's say, for example, imagine, yung balance, no? Meron kang balance, no? Yung sa lawyer, yung babae may hawak na balance, okay? Let's say, for example, ganon. The Lord sees and weighs all opinions, our desires, our plans, no? Our actions. Makikita niya. So, pag nakita niya mas marami dito, ito, for example, this is the desires ng man, this is his opinion, this is plans, this is actions, and this is the Lord. This is the Lord's will, and this is his plan, no? So, pag nakita niya mas marami yung no? Pag masyadong marami yan, mabigat yan para dito sa kanyang standards, no? Babawasan niya. At pag nakita naman niya kulang, no? Dadagdagan niya. So in other words, the Lord he tries to balance, no? He can see, no? Your heart, he can see your actions, he can see your decisions, no? And make the necessary adjustment doon sa actions mo or doon sa plans mo. So, in other words, ang tao hindi natin nakikita, pero ang Panginoon nakikita niya. We are a finite creation. We are limited. We are insufficient. But the Lord gives the sufficiency. Siya nakikita niya because of His power. Nakakita siya even the invisible things. No? Tayo ang nakikita lang natin yung visible things. Kaya yung mga invisible things, nakikita niya. Kaya pag nakita niyang kulang ito na hindi natin nakikita, o kaya sobra ito, doon sa actions natin o doon sa plans natin, sa decisions natin, dinadagdagan naman niya. Yun yung mga bagay na hindi natin nakikita. But the Lord sees them. Okay? So that's why in Proverbs 16:2, it says again, always the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, but the Lord weigheth the spirits. And in Proverbs chapter 1, verse 2, it says there, to know wisdom and instruction is to perceive the words of understanding. And Isaiah 30, verse 21, it says, and thy ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, this is the way, walk ye in it, when you turn to the right hand, and when you turn to the left. So, nakikita ng Panginoon yung direction mo. Nakikita niya kung saan ka pupunta, kung saan mas maganda kang pupunta. Nakikita niya kung mali yung pinupuntahan mo. So, He can speak to you. He can change your direction. He can change your path. Nakita? That's why that verse tells us He can whisper to your ear, you go to the left, you go to the right. And that means that the Lord can intervene for the things that we cannot see, because the Lord sees them, and we cannot see because we are finite, we are limited, we are not sufficient, we are frail, and the Lord put His sufficiency do sa mga deficiencies na nasa atin. Okay? And lastly, point number 3, commit your plans to the Lord. In Proverbs 16:3, it says, commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established. Okay? sometimes pagka gumagawa tayo ng mga actions natin sa ating mga plans, sa ating mga decisions, no? Sometimes nag-worry tayo, kinakabahan tayo, which is quite, it's just natural, no? Okay? Hindi naman mali kung kabahan ka, no? But the Lord is always there, no? He knows we are insufficient. Alam niya meron tayong kakulangan. Alam niya hindi tayo sufficient, no? Alam niya pag yung ginagawa mo yon, alam niya kung ano yung mali diyan at alam niya kung saan papunta yung direction na dapat kang puntahan. So, instead of putting our doubts, our worries, anxieties sa ating mga ginagawa, what we are supposed to do is to give or commit those works to the Lord. So if we commit all those works to the Lord, alam niya na may kulang doon, alam niya may mali doon, okay? He will take care of the rest. Diba? Kulang tayo, dadagdagan niya. And that's why we need to commit our works or our decisions, our plans to the Lord. In Psalms 37:5, it says, commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in Him, and He shall bring it to pass. Okay? You want a success, you want your project or your actions or your plans to be completed, then commit it to the Lord, and He will bring it to pass. Proverbs 3:6, in all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct their paths. He can direct our paths, no? Pwede niyang ibigay yung tamang direksyon if we commit those actions, those plans to the Lord. And in 1 Peter 5:7, casting all your care upon Him, for He careth for you. As I've said before, we do not know everything. We are insufficient. We have many deficiencies. We have the weakness. Cast your cares unto the Lord, and He will put your thoughts established. Thank you.